Hi, Alan Combies here with Tapping for Success. And today, in this video, I'm going to talk about something that really has the potential to be a complete game changer for you. This is something that, if you understand this concept, it will create a shift in how you think about your life and your circumstances. It's very, very powerful. And again, when you understand this and when you combine it with the tools that you now have, which are the fasterEFT tapping, then you really will be in control of your life. And I should say more in control of how you interpret life and thus how you create in your world. And so this is extremely powerful. And I'm really, really happy to share this with you today. What we're going to talk about is the subject of affirmations. Now, as soon as I say that word, you might think, oh God, here we go, this self-help crap. I've tried affirmations, thinking positive, Stuart Smalley, all that stuff, And, there's a reason that I think that affirmations have gotten kind of a bad rap in the world today, and that's because they're misused and they're misunderstood. It's a very misunderstood concept. I heard a sort of personal development guru. One of the guys that have been in this industry for ages, for years. And I remember he told a story about how he used to write down statements of what he wanted in his life, what he wanted to be, what he wanted to become, and he even recorded it and would carry it around with him and listen to it and play on playback. And if I recall, he said that he listened to those things for 10, 15, 20 years before they actually manifested in his life. Now, I don't know about you, but that's a long time. And in today's world, with things moving so fast and the pace going so fast, I don't know that we all have that much time, And so what I'm interested in is, how do we speed up that process? How do we get the power of affirmations? They obviously do work, but how do we speed up that process? So how do they work? How do affirmations work? Well, the old way is you write something down on a piece of paper, you look at it every day, you focus on it, you read it, maybe you look in the mirror, and you say it out loud, maybe you say it internally, maybe both. And the idea is, you repeat this enough times, eventually it will sink into your subconscious, and your subconscious will take over, and you'll begin to, again, unconsciously seek out things in life, in your environment, to make that affirmation true. And that is in fact how they work. The challenge is, and what happens with so many people, is they might write they might write the statement down, call it an affirmation, read it, but immediately after reading it, they'll feel like they're a fraud or like they're lying to themselves. A good example of this would be, I am a millionaire. You write that down, you read it every day, I'm a millionaire. And then you go throughout your day and, you've got your bills to pay, you've got rent, you've got, your job that, isn't paying you well. And you just, your financial situation is staring you in the face. And so you read, I'm a millionaire, and you just get this feeling of, no, I'm not. What's the point of this? And that's a key point there to understand. What's really being affirmed? If you're reading a statement that says, I'm a millionaire, and then you're immediately struck with this feeling of, guilt or, the feeling that you're a fraud, what's the real affirmation? The real affirmation is what you're feeling. And so no matter what you say, It's what you feel that you are affirming to be true. I want you to understand that. Whatever you say, it's what feeling is triggered. And that feeling is the real affirmation. Now, the other sort of myth I want to dispel about affirmations is that they don't have to be written down or spoken to be affirmed. The affirmation starts in here. It starts in your heart. And when it's true in here, that's when the spoken affirmation becomes congruent. So what we need to focus on is how do we make it true inside? How do we make it true in here? Now here's the exciting part. With fasterEFT tapping, we now know that if we have a negative feeling, we can address that feeling, tap, release, let it go, until it's no longer affects us. Are you beginning to see the correlation here and how powerful this concept is? So you have an affirmation. You have where you want to be, essentially. You read it. It doesn't feel good. Notice that feeling. Notice how you're producing that feeling. What are you thinking about? You know, if you say, I'm a millionaire, and you begin thinking about your current situation, maybe you begin thinking about your bills, your rent, you know, your salary, how you feel like it's not enough. These are all tappable issues. These are things you need to write down on a piece of paper. You know, people say, I want to focus on the positive. Well, you need to focus on the people get concerned, you know, people want to be all Pollyanna and sort of just, no, everything's fine, everything's okay. But inside, you know, they're being torn up and eaten alive by these negative sensations and feelings. So until you address those negative sensations and feelings, only then will you be free. Only then will you be able to focus on what you really do want and feel good about it. And when you feel good about what you do want, it propels you into action. So powerful. So again, take a look at what it is that you want. Notice what comes up for you. Notice the fears. Notice the guilt, the negative sensations. Notice any memories you have. Sometimes what we do, fear is really just a made-up memory. Or, you know, it's like if you have a fear of, you know, some of us have a fear of success. Explore that. What does that mean to you? What are you afraid of? Are you afraid of you're going to get too much attention? Are you afraid that you're going to be in the spotlight? You know, whatever it is, write that stuff down and create a list of all of the things that you're afraid of. Fear is there's an acronym, FEAR, fear, false evidence appearing real. And that is so true, because what you are doing is you're making things up in your head and basing your actions off of that false evidence. And the reason it appears real is because it feels real. And in essence, that is what you're affirming. You're affirming that fear. You're affirming that I don't want success because I don't want the attention. So write those things down. Write down your fears and tap on each one of those issues. Tap them all the way down to zero. Simply using the procedure that I shared with you in the other video. If you haven't seen that video, make sure you go back and watch it. Extremely powerful. So again, just to recap, what are affirmations? An affirmation is whatever you feel to be true in here. It's not a written statement. It's not something that you stare in the mirror and look at yourself and repeat. A real affirmation is what you feel inside. So if you have somewhere that you want to go, but all you can do is focus on where you're at, take the time to write down everything that you're upset about your life, everything that you feel like isn't working, write that stuff down and tap it all the way down to 0, and then look at your affirmation. Then take a look at, okay, where do I want to go? And once you can do that, you're free. You're free to actually take a look at that and start thinking, okay, how could I get there? What can I do to get there? And when you're free of all of that negativity and all of that fear and sadness and hopelessness and helplessness, you begin to get more resourceful. You begin to get excited about life. And that excitement propels you into action. How exciting is that? And that is really a key to life. And so I hope what I've done in this video is I've helped you shift from an understanding of what an affirmation is and how you can actually use them to help you heal and then move forward in life. Because that's all we all want, right? Just to move forward now in life. That's who we are. We're, in my humble opinion, the only reason we're put here on this earth is to grow, to learn and grow. And no matter where you are at right now, you have that potential to learn, grow, and expand as a person, as a spiritual being, whatever you believe. And I believe in you. All right? This is Alan Combies with Tapping for Success. Please, I wish you love, abundance, success in all of that you do. And again, please keep tapping for success, and your world will change. Thanks a lot.